are now tuned into the 2-Minute Warning, a live stream community conversation pertaining to social and political issues and how we can collectively resolve them. Powered by the Westside Gazette.
And welcome to the 2-Minute Warning, where okay, so we're live here on 6th Street, Sistrunk, but there's a happening that we need everybody to be aware of. And I want to thank you for joining us. Again, we are live and we may have some difficulties because we're live, so please bear with us. The event in itself is enough to keep you tuned in, and we are honored to be here as a part of this historic district and what is going on in here, what is shaking up. Sistrunk, as we know it, as 6th Street, for those who may be 1955 or 50s or 40s, up until, I think the name change probably came around 70 or somewhere thereabout. But for those of us who know what 6th Street is all about, that's why we're here, to celebrate that. And the brother who's sitting next to me is no stranger to 6th Street, is no stranger to being a history maker in the city of Fort Lauderdale himself. He has begun a new thing to revitalize life here on 6th Street. And it's none other than Lieutenant Ken Rowland. What's up, Ken?
All right, thank you, Bobby, man. I really appreciate having the opportunity to spend a 2-minute warning.
Brother, no, you are well deserved for what you're doing. Now, if you could just give us a little bit of what's going on next door. What is happening here? First Thursdays?
Well, the first Thursday of the month, I always have what we call, y'all remember the downbeat, right?
Absolutely.
You remember that?
Absolutely.
All right, my grandmother used to live down the street from the downbeat. And one of the things that I used to do, and as a musician, I played there as well. And so I was away from our community for several years, and I just got back. And I noticed a lot of different things have changed. And one of the things that I wanted to do was start to reconnect with my old school.
Oh, you got the old school shirt?
I got my old school shirt on.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to reconnect with my old school. So what better place to do that than right here at Destination Sistrunk, right here on Sistrunk Boulevard. And this is the Ken Rowland Project presents Downbeats at Sunset
On 6th
Sistrunk Boulevard.
Yeah. And Ken is being kind of modest. He and Ms. Baxter,
Dr. Lisa,
and some others have this idea of honoring unsung heroes. And what is happening next door, and it's really exciting. I wish we could go next door and do it, but it's just too much interference that would prevent us from really getting the proper perspective of what is going on. But Ken is honoring 10 individuals. How did that come about, Ken? What is that?
So remember, I am a learned individual.
No, you're kidding me, man.
That's because we went to school together.
Yes, sir.
So the thing is that in my reading, I came across the W.E. Du Bois talked about the talented 10 that would lead us out of the malaise that we were in. So you needed that leadership. And so I decided that there are some unsung heroes here in our community. And there are a few that are the voices of our community, like on Cox Media, Hot 105. You also have 99 Jam. You have all these great radio personalities like Chico DeVergo or Rodney Baltimore or Shelby or Big Lip, those folks, as well as other folks in our community like Alice Jackson Dudley, who does a lot as far as feeding the homeless and all this of that sort of thing. And one of our progenitors, because you were a swimmer.
Oh yeah, I was. I like art too, man.
That's right.
Thank you. You paved the way, but that's
But so one of the big persons that we're honoring for our historical moment is Robert Payne. Right.
First black beach
lifeguard on the east coast of the United States.
Yeah.
And so, we stand upon his shoulders. So these are Downbeat at Sistrunk and featuring Dr. Lisa's Coloring Book Cafe as well to help us de-stress. I'm a percussionist, so I wanted to make sure that we reconnect with our Africanness and our drums because that's how we communicate.
I wonder if we could bring up the video slide. Technology won't let us do it, so we'll bypass on that.
Okay.
But I wanted the folks to get a chance to see, since we can't go there to actually broadcast this to see, but we'll get something. Right?
Excellent. Yes.
So look, I know you got to go back over there and make sure things are right. So you can come back and get this Dr. Baxter to come too, so we can talk about that coloring book experience. I thought that was genuine.
Well, thank you so much for just having me on the 2-minute warning.
Yes, sir.
And I want to support the Westside Gazette and anything.
Well, you already do, man. You write and you're doing stuff in the community. And we said from the beginning, it's not about us. It's what we can do to help each other.
Exactly.
And that's what we do.
When the water rises, all the boats rise.
Yeah.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lifeguard Lieutenant Ken Rhodes signing off, and it's been a fun, pleasing pleasure.
Absolutely. Now again, he's being modest. He's a history maker himself. Maybe when you come back, you can tell him a little bit about that.
Well, and I still didn't tell you about my near death.
No, that's what we. That's a short.
So that's something else. We'll reschedule that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Lieutenant. All right, you mentioned somebody, a radio personality named.
Oh, man.
Charlotte Phillips Alexander. You watch us? Is that his name?
That is his name, and better known as Chico DeVergo. Coming up next.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, so while we bring Chico to the platform, he'll take his time to get up here. One of my first experiences with Mr. Wesley, I think he was at Stranahan High School when I probably was at either Plantation or Dillard, one of those. And we were at a football game. Now, back in the day, if you couldn't rank, if you couldn't crack, if you couldn't have that mama joke thing, you couldn't hang with the big boys. But Chico was the master of cracking, and he still is. So it is Mr. Wesley, for one of the only persons that could ever put me in my place when it came to being outspoken is you. And I respect you for that, but not only that, for what you have done for this community. So welcome, man.
Thank you so much, Bobby. We were kids together as we were growing up down to our 70s, and we had great mentors. Our fathers.
Oh yeah.
Our fathers paved the way for us, and we paid attention to who they were and what they did, which is why we are who we are today. And again, back in the day, cracking jokes and all that stuff, it just came natural to me. But that's because I'm a people person. At lunchtime, I used to go to different schools at lunchtime to see who wanted to try me. So if somebody got cracked on, they say, okay, we're going to bring Chico in tomorrow, see what you do. But it was all in fun. We used to always just have fun. So we got to try to get that back into our kids' lives today because they're shooting at each other and fighting one another.
where we use humor,
Right.
you know, and life experiences. I mean, hell, everybody didn't have sugar in their house, so
Right.
time to time we had to go, let's go get it.
Awesome.
You know, and so, but we use life experiences to relay a message, and in that message, it was love.
That's right.
You know,
Always love.
you know,
And everybody respected everybody's parents.
yeah.
You know, there was nothing of a family used around adults. No disrespect, ever, because that's not the way we were raised. And that's not the way we were raised our children.
No, not at all, not at all. Now, your day job, if I will, working with those students.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? Well, who are the students?
Well, all of my students are kids that's been expelled from public high schools,
Mhm.
but they still have to get an education. So they come to my school. And while I'm teaching at that school, I select certain young men who are following school rules, and I put them in the boys' group. That's challenged with how their police athletic department. And we have meetings every other week, bring in motivational speakers, as yourself. You know, we go on field trips, and I just try to get them to continue to follow the rules at the school if you're going to be involved in like. So all the kids know if you misbehave, you're not going to be able to get Mr. Westlake.
Isn't it amazing, Chico, how the pendulum swings back, you know, the same life experiences, you know, now you're in a position to walk somebody through, you know, maybe a minefield or whatever.
Right,
You know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because Bobby, that's what we do.
Mhm.
You know, so it gives me so much joy to be able to put my hands in those kids' lives and show them that there's a positive way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And I get that joy each and every day. When I go to school, everybody knows who Mr. Wesley is and what I stand for.
Now, Mr. Wesley,
Yeah.
from Chico to Mr. Wesley,
Yeah.
what did I say to you, man?
Well, you know, I've been Chico before I was Mr. Wesley.
Mhm.
But being Chico has allowed me the opportunity to become Mr. Wesley. Because my thing is to serve, Bobby. I've been on radio 53 years, September will be 54. But I've gotten where I've gotten because of my ability to serve our community. Okay? Though I've been on radio 53 years, close to 40 of them has been here in South Florida. And the community has always received me well, which makes it easier for me to give back.
You are a leader, you are a politician, you're a man, and you're unapologetically black. How do you balance all that?
It's all about God, man. God leads me. When I wake up every morning, I'm being God, I'm being chosen, I'm being directed. So I don't worry about what I'm going to do when I wake up. I'm being led, I'm being guided, and it all works out for the good of us.
Well, Mr. Sylvester Wesley, if you had one thing that you can share with the viewers, what would that be?
Well, I'm thinking that this is a South Florida community that's watching this, and maybe the world. But my thing is, let's pour back into our community and talk to these young people and teach them that there's a better way. Because I watch the news, they're shooting at each other, they're fighting each other. It's hard to even go to a party without violence. We have to teach our young people that there's a better way to communicate and solve problems without violence. And that's what I would say today, Bobby.
Man, who would ever think that in probably 69, maybe 70, sitting in the stands of Lockhart Stadium, cracking on each other.
But that's how we met. And we've loved each other as brothers ever since.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have gotten mad, or I could have gotten mad. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we've been brothers ever since.
I'm gonna bring something to you, folks.
Yeah.
We started the 2-minute warning in Westside just a little bit right here in this building.
Yes.
We had the opportunity talk to you then. I remember. And man, it always boggles my mind to how God has used us. We could have went the other way easily. You never looked down your nose at anybody. Never thought you were better than anybody. And I just want to the award you receive.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was told today by an old classmate that she was so proud of my accomplishments, but more importantly, the fact that I've never changed from being who I am as Chico, the neighborhood guy who loves Fort Lauderdale. You understand? Because that's who I am. I just happen to be blessed to have a job on radio. But I'm still the same Chico that I've always been. I'm a people person. I try to love as much as I can. I try to, by the way, Tupac, I got to say this. I have a foundation.
Okay.
Where it's the West Virginia Foundation. And I feed senior citizens. I give them Christmas gifts during Christmas time. I give them turkeys Christmas time and Thanksgiving. You understand? So that's all a part of my life to give back because I've been so blessed.
How can we get involved?
You can, Bobby. All you gotta do is let me know that you want to be involved. And my top person is Novice Johnson.
Oh, that's okay. Novice Johnson.
Okay, she's our key worker.
Okay.
And she handles everything. So
I see we got some viewers chiming in, Chico. And I'm trying to read these glasses. And this is a different spot here. But Mr. Kenny Webster from Tallahassee. Remember Kenny Webster?
I remember Kenny Webster.
Kenny has joined in. He said it's always good to see the community support you and what you do.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. So before you go, now I remind you, well, I know, that you weren't the smartest kid, and you was copying off this lady's paper, this young lady's paper. What happened with that?
Well, her and I were very good friends. Her name was Diane Carter. At the time.
Yeah.
And she was a very, very good friend of mine. She was like an A student. I was like a D6. So we had this test. And she said, Chico, come and sit next to me. I said, oh, make me an A student. So it was 10 questions. The first question, she wrote C. I wrote C. The second question, she wrote G. I wrote G. The third question, she wrote A. I wrote A. Anyway, we get on down to the 10th question, but it was a trick question. And she was smart enough to know that. And she wrote, I don't know. I wrote B. Okay, needless to say, I failed.
No, brother, bless you. Man, it's a pleasure.
Look at us, Bob.
Look at us.
You know what I'm saying? Where we came from, that's it. I used to ride with the same. Yeah, man. That's how we love each other like that. You understand? So, hey, man, to God be the glory.
To God be the glory.
Thank you, man.
So thank you, brother. And God bless you. Keep it up.
Sure. You too.
Yeah, my Q side five brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. There we go. As Mr. Wesley gets ready to leave, I want to take a look in the background. This is a live place. We got action outside the door. You may have heard some of the music that was coming in from next door. This particular room is an art room. You got pictures all over the wall, historic pictures from different artists. And this is Destination Sistrunk. This is what it's all about. This is where we came from, the nitty-gritty. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chico.
Thank you, Bob.
So you come up here next.
Chico.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, sure.
All right. Oh, we got over there in the corner, man.
Shelby.
Come on, Shelby Rushing.
Hey, Bobby.
Come on.
How you doing?
I'm terrific and getting better. Sit down here.
Sit right down next to you. Me, no, I wish, but you can speak.
Oh, you got your fan with you?
Where the fans at?
Where the fans at?
I'm talking to him.
Okay, very good, that's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have world-renowned radio personality, outstanding, I would say, hereditarily speaking, her father, Mr. Russian,
I know, everybody does it.
was the radio personality, made everything happen. So we are fortunate enough to have Shelby with us.
Yes,
How you doing,
I
Shelby?
do.
I'm fine. What are you doing?
I am hanging out here and being honored tonight. Yes, here at the Colored Book Cafe.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's Ken Rowland called me up and said, I'm gonna do something for you. And I was like, what is that? And when he told me what it was, I said, I'm there.
I'm looking at you. I can see you there.
You see my daddy, everybody says that. They're like, girl, you look just like your
I'm
daddy.
telling you. I'm telling you.
I'll take it.
So Shelby, what's happening? What's going on with all the changes that have been made politically? How does that affect you, or if it affects you, or how are you approaching this?
Well, you know what? I look at it like, one day at a time. Those things that I can control, I do just that, and those things that I can't, I have to let it fly. I can't sit on, and harp on things that are out of my control, because there's nothing I can do. So,
Okay, and for those of you who don't know who Shelby is, tell us who you are, Shelby.
Well, I am Shelby Russian. I am a radio personality here in South Florida. Currently on Hot 105 FM. You probably heard of that small radio station, right? But I do middays, 10 to 3, and then I'm on in the afternoon as well with Big Lip. We do the show from 3 p.m. until 4 p.m. And that's just a little bit of what I do here in South Florida.
Now we just had you.
Yes.
And Shelby, we have had those who have come before us. How do you pay homage? How do you show respect to them?
Oh my God, it's every chance I get. The fact that Chico is here being honored as well, that alone, let alone said a lot to me. I was like, okay, I gotta be there, if not for myself, for him, just to support him, as well as Rodney Baltimore. Yeah, Rodney Baltimore, who's a huge pillar in our community. I actually grew up listening to both of those guys. Chico's like family to me. So whenever he's doing something big, he's actually Mr. Goombay this year. So he's being honored down in Coconut Grove this weekend as well. So just to see these guys, still around doing their thing in the community and the respect that they receive from the community, it makes me feel good, makes me feel proud. And I look to that. Hopefully, when I'm on my way out or transitioning into retirement, I have that same level of respect for my community.
Speaking of retirement, your father.
Yes.
I mean, that is where him and Mr. John Russian. Okay, that's the radio crown prince.
Yes. I know those guys.
How is your dad doing?
He's doing good. My dad is amazingly well. He's retired and living his best life. His filter completely went out the window once he retired. He says what he wants to say, when he wants to say in this area. I'm like, Dad, you can't say that. But he is doing good, enjoying life, enjoying the grandchildren. My son just graduated from high school on Friday, so he was there cheering for everybody, kids he didn't even know. But he had a good time, exactly. He was having a good time, so he's really good.
Okay, so what's happening in the radio? What's next? What do you got?
Well, next for me, Mr. Henry, I was just talking to Dr. Lisa, and I'm thinking about retirement. I have some friends who have retired, and I'm like, I want to do that. But, if and when, they say all good things come to an end. So when that day comes, honestly, I'm looking forward to just working more with my nonprofit, Shiro Inc., and that's just, mentoring young girls and helping women with workforce readiness.
Shiro?
Yes.
Is there a website?
No, there isn't currently. I, kind of got away from it during the pandemic, so that's one of the things that's on my list of things to do. Get back into that, but that's where I would love to focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. You're being honored. You're still active.
Yes.
How does Shelby
That's big one.
Shelby wants to impact that she wants to leave on your?
My goodness, it's so much happening. I just want our younger generation to respect each other. That's my thing. I can't think of a person that, I don't know that I don't like. You see so many people that get into these fights. It's like, do you know this person? There's just no respect. There's no respect for each other. So that's my thing. And I try to talk to those, when and where I can. even the young girls, you know, with social media, there's so much going on. And I'm hoping that they have guidance like off camera, you know, someone to direct them, you know, when they go left, let's make it right. You know, I have a daughter who's 26, I have a son who's 18. So I try to be the best example for them. And I hope that, you know, translates, you know, through the radio and when I'm out in the community as well. So ultimately, I just want to be respected and be known as that person who always wanted to help and make things better. Like when I leave, it's better than what it was, you know, when I got here. So that's my thing. Yeah.
Congratulations on the award tonight.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, it's always good to see you. Absolutely, I like that, it's good to be seen, right? Okay, yeah, look, you stay ready, so you gotta get ready. There you go. Thank you, I appreciate you. Absolutely, thank you. I sure will. Yes, you too.
Thank you.
All right, that was fun.
That was fun.
We gotta do it again, stay ready. Do it again, he called me.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
Okay, no problem, thank you.
All right. Who we got back there hiding in the bushes?
Oh, I just know.
Just come on here. Sit down, Mr. Red, tell me what's going on. You ain't looking crazy. You look like you're a hard working woman. I'm terrific for getting that.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so very much.
What did you do?
Whatever I want to do, which was nothing.
I know that's right.
I want to say this. I turned, okay, let me, do this first. Who am I speaking? I know you, but I want you to tell the audience who you are. I know of all the fine work you do. I've seen it.
Hello, guys. My name is Brandy Gray. I am the founder of Village Life Florida as well as Village Academy. We are a small nonprofit as well as a private school, African-centered private school here in the Broward County area.
And when you say Afro-Centered, what do you mean when you say that?
So African-centered means that everything, all the work that we do is centered on the perspective and concept of African people across the diaspora. So based on African culture, African history, African knowledge, spirituality, everything that we do is centered on that idea.
And I've seen, not the repercussions, but what happens when you incorporate it as a young folk. I see it. I mean, you know, there was an article written that we got a little young talent running around here, which we want to get more of in the paper, and to have them actually get involved.
Yes.
Now, what do you got going on next door?
So here at Destination Sistrunk, in the gallery, I think it's called a yoga gallery. There on the 14th of this month, next Saturday, we will be hosting our presentation of learning, where our students will demonstrate what they have learned over this past school year. Our project this year is called Black Reflections, Capturing and Redefining Our Images. And through photography, the study of media, propaganda, our students have explored those things through the lenses of photography. And we're going to be putting on a museum of their work, and they will demonstrate to everyone in attendance what they learned.
Okay, let me understand. What's the ages of these students?
So our students range in ages from kindergarten to 8th grade.
So we got kindergartens, little Gordon Parks coming up from the Harlem Renaissance. These photographers whose work will be displayed.
Yes.
Wow. Did you give them topic areas, or did they choose? How did that go?
So all of the things that we photographed were based on what they studied. One of the things that I'm most excited about is that we took a day where we actually came over to Sistrunk, and we talked about gentrification. We talked about the appearance of our neighborhoods, what they look like, how does it feel. We went over to the Green Park.
Oh, come on now.
We went over to the Green Park, and they ventured around those areas. And we discussed gentrification, the importance of preserving our own communities. Right?
How old are these students?
They start at
Thank you.
They started at kindergarten. And I think that it's so important to have them immersed in our communities in order for them to understand the obligation that we have to them. So that photo shoot with the help of Shop by 11, he is a part of the hub. He works with Emmanuel. He shot the video for the hub.
The big guy.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
David, Shop by 11, he actually did some of the footage for that portion of the exhibit, and they look really good. The pictures look like
Wow.
he captured it in a way that they look like it happened in the 90s. You would think that the photographs are actually in the 90s. So while they're doing the photography, they're learning the history, they're learning the importance of this. So it's all things that they can apply. We always talking about building our community, but who's teaching us how to do that?
Brenda, you're always doing something that it inspires me. I wish I could do more.
No, I'm so grateful.
But I mean, the fact that it is hands-on, if I can see it, I can be it. And so you are actually shaping our future. And that's a big commitment. How can people get involved? How can people pour into what you do?
Well, I would suggest the way that I always support things is I see it, I like to see the work, I like to see what you're doing. So I'm going to invite everybody out on the 14th so that you can see firsthand what it is that we do, because I really can't even describe it. Like if you see it firsthand, we are a spiritual people, right?
Absolutely.
So you've been in attendance with some of our facilities, and it's difficult to explain just with words what it is that we do. But when you get into the space and you see what it is that our babies are learning, you see how it is that they're connecting to one another, you get to see their character. I think that it will encourage us to cease having these arguments about federal government and DEI, and we will understand that we have the power to teach our children the things that they need to learn, and that it is our responsibility, that it is our obligation, and that we do not have to be reliant on anyone else to do the things that it is that we are supposed to do. So I implore, I ask, I invite you out on June 14th at 5 p.m. here at the circuit of Sistrunk. We will be here. You'll have an amazing time. We're creating an experience for our students. We're creating an experience for the public and a space that you guys can get to know us.
You know, you sound like Vern Doolin when you talk about creating experiences. It's not an event, it's an experience. It's something you can actually touch, feel, and be a part of.
That's what we are.
And so, Brenda, I really, truly want to thank you for what you do. I wish I could read some of the things on the screen. I can't.
You can.
Yeah.
Listen, I see Wesley Boyd. He said, oh, he's talking to you. He said, right on, brothers. Bobby and LT, Aquaman, great sons of men.
Okay. Well, we got another guest waiting.
Absolutely.
Okay, this guest here, she can do something for you.
Okay.
So just pay attention.
Okay. You said I should get a phone number?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Very good. Thanks, Brandon.
I'm great.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I'll see you later.
Okay. We have a real move and a shake coming up next. We're gonna put both of them. We got a dynamic duo coming up. So as we get ready to bring her on, she is in charge of this community, this area. It's her responsibility to make sure things like what's happening tonight is continuing to happen and to expand and to get the community involved. So without any other, I hate to be repetitive, ado, I want to bring on our commissioner, is the vice mayor still?
It's commissioner.
I will give you all your accolades, everything you deserve. And she's down to earth from the city.
Yes.
All right, come on, introduce yourself.
Yes. Come on in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
And she has her sidekick.
That's right.
Yes.
Her protector.
Oh, yes, my covering,
Her
I
boat,
love
her boot, her man,
On your side.
hard family.
Yes, so good afternoon, everyone, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Eaton, for the introduction. I am Pam Beasley Pittman, City Commissioner for the City of Fort Lauderdale. I am blessed to be the first African American female elected in this position, and I thank my neighbors, my constituents for making this happen. alongside me tonight is my husband, Wayne Pittman.
Yeah, no.
We have been married 35 years.
All right, all right.
And part of our testimony,
Okay.
part of our testimony, the first day of 6th grade, my husband told me he was going to marry me. And he kept his word.
6th grade?
6th grade, first day. First day.
6th grade. All the way to high school.
You wouldn't tell about school.
So we were 11. We were 11 at that time. Okay. So, but we thank God for this opportunity to be here this tonight. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So how does it feel for you to come out to an event like this in your district?
Yes.
To see all of this that's happening?
I am proud and I'm humbled, understanding that this is who we are and what we need. I want everyone to know that District 3 overall is the heart of the city. And once we begin to embrace that and work in that capacity, it becomes contagious because where we are, the center part is Sistrunk, the Sistrunk border. But my district goes as far north as Mills Pond and as far south as Riverland Road. I have 15 communities that I'm honored to represent, and it equates to 55,000 people. So with that being said, this is a large area that has such a great demographic, great people who are about community. And what we are driving everyone to do, let's be that community that's unified. So being a unified community is what we're looking for. But tonight, being here through Destination Sistrunk here at the circuit, being able to witness the passion that neighbors have that live in this city that's bringing opportunity for us to gather. Tonight is the Coloring Book Cafe, along with some great music, make great conversation. And this is what we need as a community.
Absolutely.
That's the healing part of our community. Yes.
Well, your family has been entrenched in this community too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel being the husband of a community leader that you want? How does that
Well,
make
it started with me, like I say, from way back, that's my dad was, he was a builder too, contractor in the city. So we raised up together. Her dad was in the young in seventh floor.
Right.
So me for years being seventh floor of Bobcats. Always. So I'm the first one had Bobcat with my wife. The history of us, I used to go by the trucks with me. She go with me and buy some trucks. So we always had that community going on. So we kept back driving each other up, keep raising each other up. So that's where we're at now. We want to raise the community up from our history, but we haven't gone through it in our life. You have ups and downs, but you got more ups than downs. No matter what, you got God involved.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what absolutely no matter what. So that's how I see life now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I know for years.
Absolutely.
Everywhere I know someone know me, I say good. So we got trial and tribulation.
That's right. Commissioner, let me ask you this. So what's on the horizon? What do you got? I know I've missed a couple of meetings. So what do you got that we need to be involved with the community? What is it?
What I'm driving right now, because I believe that the mission that God has me on, because if you've heard my story, this was not part of my purview to be a city commissioner. But being a person who is a servant, that's who I am, it's always been, that's who God created me to be. So in this position, I don't see myself, that's the title, commissioner, but more so is to be a servant where we are working together to do what God has us to do. So with that, in our community, the vision of uniting the community, bringing back pride to the legacy, and being able to, for everyone to honor and know that this is the place you would want to be, okay? Unfortunately, right now, the narrative, so many of our young people, they choose to move out of the community. And we want them to understand, this is where you want to be. It's what you make it. So it's time for the change. But with that, we have a campaign that is, I am Sistrunk.
I am Sistrunk.
I am Sistrunk, and we introduced it in February at the Sistrunk Festival and Parade. And we are moving through this community, through the city. The purpose is to revitalize of course, the community, coming in with economic development, making sure that the educational opportunity is here but grasp that our children want to learn. So putting that in a position, and then also making place for our entrepreneurs, giving them place to come back and thrive and want to be here. So this is running concurrent with what, we have going on through the CRA, but the foundation, we have to want this. So with this campaign, I Am Sistrunk, I believe, and others are believing because it's coming, it's contagious and it's catching on. People are now interested in what's going on, what's next. In July, we have a summit, July 19th, as a matter of fact, and there is a survey that is available through the city's website, which is portlauderdale.gov, and you can put in I Am Sistrunk through the search, and it'll take you to the definition of the initiative, and then also the survey. The survey, I'm asking all of us, when I say all of us, if you're 108, I want you to fill it out. If you're 8 months old, let your mama help you fill it out. But we need everybody, because what we have to understand, my mom always say, baby, you're gonna be on the front line. Because everybody keeps moving. Our numbers are called. We're on the front line right now. How are we preparing the generation that's here now? Because they have to be able to be prepared to take the time. So we want to hear what they have to say too, because what we're preparing for is for them to be able to stand and not repeat the cycles that we have encountered. So I Am Sistrunk is what I'm really pushing with everyone. We are, doing what we can to address affordable housing, which I like to say sustainable housing, because there's a definition for affordable that has to do with what HUD federally said is affordable. And with that in mind, having also a mindset that this is not unique to Fort Lauderdale, it's not unique to Northwest section. What we are experiencing is countywide, statewide, and yes, it's different. It's national, yes.
Right.
So, but what we choose to do, we won't pay the money here, but we'll go in other cities west of us and say, okay, but if we're going to make sure that we embrace our community that our family started, we gotta be willing to be here and put the value, invest in us.
I got you now. I'm gonna save this conversation for another time.
Okay.
Get you back.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about
Yes.
So, I wanna thank you, and Pam, I want you to come back on the show so we can talk.
Yes, I appreciate the invitation, and this is, I love being able to be close to us.
Yes.
Okay, because I always say, I'm not doing this, we are doing this, and I need every one of us who is available. When I say available, if you can't be in the room, be on Zoom. If you can't be on Zoom, put us in prayer, because when I tell you I sit on that dais, I sit solo.
Yeah.
I sit solo. And the things that we are advocating for, when you have individuals who are like-minded and they're not interested in the things that we know that we deserve, it's complicated.
Okay.
And it's a challenge. So I need us.
I got you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir.
All right, so we in it.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So long, good
So long.
All right, so as we get ready to wrap up a little bit, we're gonna bring in some motorcycle riders, and we're gonna ride out with them. So we can, yeah.
Motorcycle ride. All right.
So motorcycle riders, what's happening? So we been getting better, how about y'all?
Great.
Y'all been safe out there?
Always.
So who do we have the honor of talking
Okay. My name is Angel Eyes. I am the president of an all-female MC club.
My name is Michael Seats. I am the founder of Faithful Hearts Outreach Ministry, but I'm also a Black Sheep family member.
Oh, wow.
So he supports, he is our number one supporter. Everywhere we go, he go. Everywhere we go, he go.
Okay, so this is an all ladies motorcycle club?
Yes, we are.
How long have you been riding?
Well, I've been riding myself for about 12 years. We have been established for 5 years now. We are the first, I might add, the first all-female MC in Fort Lauderdale. There is about 11 of us, 11 of us right now. There's some over there. But we established ourselves. Our mother chapter is in Las Vegas, and we have other chapters in different areas, but we are the only all-female.
Wow. So now you guys are being honored.
Yeah, I heard.
So you didn't know about it?
I heard.
That was a surprise?
It was grateful. I was grateful to hear. Yes.
And I see you got some ink on your arm over there. You want to give us some history on that?
It's just my main man, Jesus Christ himself. I gotta keep him with me all the time, so that's why I got it.
Okay, so you are the inspirational component and blessing component of these women riders.
Yes and no, they're a blessing to me as well. I originally came from Indianapolis, Indiana, and after losing my parents, my mom, we used to feed the homeless. So moving down here, I had some people with me, but they ended up going back to Indianapolis, so I was alone, and I almost gave up. And my sister right here, she was like, "No, we're gonna partner. We're gonna be together, and we're gonna do this." So once a month, we go feed the homeless, give them clothing right here down by the Bright Line station, and we just do it out of our hearts. We don't really ask for nothing from nobody, but we make it happen. So.
Wow. So I always thought motorcycle riders were hard, the Hell Angels and the Black Devils, whatever. And here we got a soft side of this.
Don't tempt me. We have soft hearts. We're not gangsters. We're not gangsters. It's not all what they think it is. No, we do a lot of different community services also. Not only with the feeding the homeless, we do the back to school drive for the kids. We partner with other bike clubs, and we get together, get fully book bags full with the necessity supplies, and we have one big drive, and we either between 200 to 300 kids. We do the Thanksgiving drive. We make sure these families have food, and we do what I really love is the giving at Christmas time. So we all partner. We adopt children per se. Each club, they adopt how many ever you want, and we give them gift cards from Walmart. And we take them, we all meet at a certain Walmart, and we take them inside the store and let them have at it. And it's just something that, we love seeing them.
So why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
Oh.
Who's your publicity person?
Right. We do got a new PRO, so people see how she work out. So you'll be hearing it.
Okay,
You'll be hearing it.
very good.
Yes, absolutely.
You were saying something, and I kind of pulled at my heartstring. You said you almost gave up.
Yes.
You guys share just a little bit to that in case somebody listening who's probably maybe on the verge of thinking about giving up.
Yeah, I mean, and being down here with a whole different mindset, for me, and the fact that I was doing the giving with people, and then I was alone, it kind of made me feel like I was lost, And one thing with Black Sheep that attracted me anyway was their community service. Back at home, that's what I was doing. So, after speaking with Angel Eyes, and she's like, "Bro, we got you," And after the first time that they helped out with us, helped out with me, and you know, it was successful. And she was like, "We're not gonna leave you behind. We're gonna partner." And so they've been my partners ever since. About 2 years, almost 2 years, almost 2 years.
Okay.
So you know, sometimes you get in that place, but there's always somebody around that can be able to come back to where you originally was. So.
Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for being there to reassure them that it's going to be all right. Okay. Is there anything y'all want to say before we got to close this thing down? So.
I would just want to say that, okay, Black Sheep, we are on social media. We have a Facebook page as well as Instagram, so it's just Black Sheep 8 FTL. That's the email, ain't it? Okay, Black Sheep FTL. That's all you need to know. You'll find us. You will find us, and we be the cute ones.
Right, and look to the Westside Gazette, we're going to have some stories. They got to do PR first.
Yeah, right. Correct. But I will say this, can't be me without giving honor to God.
Absolutely.
He's the head of all of our lives, and that's one thing, being a part of Black Sheep and me mentoring or being a part of all women's club. You got all different angles, all different women, and you gotta have Jesus in your heart in order to deal with all those different attitudes.
I'm going to say this happened to me today. I had the opportunity to do Bible study at a Catholic church. And that was my first time ever being around that many people of different colors. But one of the guys spoke about how Christ loved women. And so it began to resonate in my spirit that all the pain that a woman gives giving birth, this Christ could identify with them. So he had this special place for them. And so that really, again, Black women, I ain't taking nothing from any other woman, but Black woman, that's Mother Earth. That's where it all comes from. So I sincerely bless you. I ask that you continue to be a blessing to others.
I receive it. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Ed Brinson, Redeeming Word / Uncle.
Also, before we leave, if anybody wants to donate, we take donations anytime, pick up, drop off. You can reach Faithful Hearts as well. Faithful Hearts Outreach Ministry on Instagram and Facebook.
And it's only donations for the community, not for us.
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. So those of you who always wanted to ride motorcycles and were afraid, here's an opportunity to see that all you have to do is have a little faith.
All the time.
That's good. Why would you ain't popping no fan? Boots on the ground. That's all right.
I got it now.
I believe.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all be safe.
Thank you.
Okay. What we got? One more.
Yeah.
The musician, the music man.
Yeah.
So as we come to the top of the hour, we really want to say thank you to all of our viewers joining us on this special occasion, this live occasion. And we will probably do more of this in the future. Man, I like that coat you got on there. We'll sit down here and introduce and tell us who you are.
Hi, everyone. My name is William Scott. Actually, in the music world, I'm currently known more as William Cooley Scott, because growing up, I was always known as Cooley. They couldn't separate the two, so I finally had to just both together so they know it's the same person.
And Cooley, this place is no stranger, right? How so?
Actually, the owner, Cheryl Dickey, and Dr. Nadine Hankerson, they brought me in to perform here maybe in 2019 for the first time when they did an inaugural down here for Destination Sistrunk. And I periodically have been performing for them, off and on. And then here recently, I've been brought on board to do more. Okay, so,
Your avatar.
oh, man, yeah.
See, that's what I'm telling you. This, you're no stranger here.
Yeah.
This whole place, this whole concept.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy what I'm doing now. And you're right, the whole concept came about, everything came about. It actually has grown into something now that's pretty good.
Okay. Thursdays, outside of Thursdays, what's going on here? Are you here entertaining other than?
Well, I have not been entertaining other than on the Thursdays. We have different, programs that they have, and they just schedule it through the county, and once they're on the schedule, it has to be cultural and art as far as the presentation, and that's the main thing. So.
And you got to pause you. It's
Come on, man.
I'm serious, man. Y'all gotta come down. You really have to come down and listen. These musicians are excellent, top notch. This is no fly by night stuff. This is real. You know, if we were in Harlem, this would be the spot to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're trying to, turn it into that if we can. If we can bring that back, or that element back into where culture is evolving once again. That's really what we're trying to do.
Okay, so are you doing anything with the younger folk right now?
Yes, as a matter of fact, two of the founding guys, as a matter of fact, they're over there now in the center, Lucas Morelli and
Brazilian.
yes, and Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, they work here from the inception, and they're doing a great job. They're involved in the audio and the media section of it. Actually, both of them are accomplished musicians, and they put on presentations as well. So they're a part of your.
You know, you really got to come down here and really see what's going on. This place here is a hidden jewel, if you will. The entertainment is top notch. The sound system, just everything. It's really one of the best kept secrets that need to be exposed.
Exposed a lot.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what you're doing here right now, thank you so much, because it helps. Every little bit helps. And as I said, what you're doing is very, very important. That's what I'm trying to accomplish.
All right, cool. Anything else you want to say, man?
Well,
In that voice, you want to do it again?
yes. I was just next door, and I did a little performance in the Downbeats 6 music, and my friend and I, Johnny James, we call him Dr. J, we put a song out earlier this year, and I was just telling everyone over there that in Spain, we've been in the top 100 for 15 straight weeks.
Say that to the camera.
On smooth jazz,
Yeah.
we've been in the top 100 for 15 straight weeks in Spain, starting in February 24th, and it's still on the charts right now. So it's been a surprise.
Okay, and you just performed that, one of the
Yes.
hits of that?
Yes,
Are you gonna do anything else tonight?
not tonight, but
When?
matter of fact,
Where are you entertaining at?
we're right now looking into doing something on the night of Juneteenth, which is June 19th, right here in Destination Sistrunk, and everybody come on out. Just as he said, top-notch entertainment, and we'll be providing it for you. And bring your dancing shoes and any other shoes you want to bring as well, because you will definitely enjoy yourself.
And they got good food over there. You know, it's adult entertainment. You can relax, even though we are in the heart of the city. This is some grown folk, black folk, having a good safe time, and it's well worth your time. So, Queen, I want to thank you, man, for sharing the moment with us and gracing us with that voice of yours.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
God bless. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and to all of our viewers, we want to again thank you. No, I'm gonna call him out. Come on here, David. Come on, man. Come on. He's been running and hiding here in the middle of the show. When you come, come on, man. He was taking us a battle, but he came up to be a part of this live thing just for a moment. What's happening, man?
It's all good.
Tell us a little bit what's happening over here, bro. What does it feel like?
The vibes are incredible. You guys have seen the people that have come on board, shared the experience. I can only just elaborate on what they've said. It's like getting a haircut. You gotta be in the chair. And I guarantee you won't regret it. The color book aspect.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that.
Of this, there's another element behind just the entertainment, but it's something that is really therapeutic, relaxing, and it's something I'll just leave it there as a mystique. You gotta experience it. So we just thank you for being you and providing this venue for people to share the experience that we're having here tonight, as well as we're looking forward to in the future, especially on Juneteenth. So, so my brother, you see, I'm out of character, I'm out of uniform.
But you said that you at home.
I got my mouth next.
That's right, no, that's right.
That's right. I'm just being me right now. Yeah, I've taken a sabbatical, but we always work behind the scenes, and we were bringing our guests in so they can come here and
Still working.
Yeah, still working.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But thank God to all the viewers. Continue to channel and subscribe and be a part of this exciting experience here on the Sistrunk.
All right. So again, to our viewers, please like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, come on down to Destination Sistrunk Circuit and see what the culture is all about here at Down Beach at Sunset on 6th Street. So come on out and join us. God bless you all, and please stay tuned.